Welcome to our new series of neo-vintage versus modern watches. Hi, I'm Aaron from Peter Macklin Fine Wristwatches, and today we're going to start out with one of the most iconic watches in the Rolex range, the Rolex Submariner. So we're going neo-vintage, i.e. 5-digit reference watches, versus modern, which are your 6-digit reference watches. Starting out, we got our 16610 classic Black Submariner with the date. These were produced from about 1990 till about 2010. In 2010, they came out with a ceramic bezel, which would be your reference 116610 LN. So have a look at a few key differences. One is this has a maxi case. The case is a lot bigger. They both are called 40mm dials. However, this case and bracelet are a lot chunkier. The case is thicker, as you may be able to see, and obviously the links in this one are hollow links. This is an early variation, so it's got holes in the case. It has a hollow end link, so it's a lot lighter, missing quite a bit of the heft of the 116610 LN, as well as a key feature on the neo-vintage watches that they were missing is the glide lock. So on your modern watches you have an easy extension glide lock. So you unclick this and it is very easily adjustable in size. This was typically made to go over wetsuits. However, most people use it in today's day and age just to adjust, for example, if you're going on an aeroplane and your body swells up, or if it gets a bit hot and your body swells. And that is a really nice feature, whereas on the neo-vintage, the 5-digit, it does not have that feature. So to get over your wetsuit, it has an extension, but for those micro adjustments based on weather, or whether you're flying, whatever it is, it does not have that. You'd have to move it physically on the clasp or adjust the links. So that's the classic 16610 versus the 116610 LN. Within the same time period, you have quite a unique watch made for the 50th anniversary of Submariner, and that is the reference 16610 LV. This is nicknamed the Kermit because it looks like the same colors as Kermit the Frog. Produced at the same time or overlapping your black dial 16610, the plain one, but this was only produced for a couple years. So in quite high demand for a lot of collectors. There are slight differences besides for just the very apparent green bezel that it features. This has what you call a maxi dial. So if you have a look at the indices are quite a lot larger than on your regular 16610. Besides for that, it's pretty much the same watch. So it's not just that you can take a bezel and change it. It actually has a different dial feature. So this is your neo-vintage 5-digit 16610 LV Kermit. And then in about 2020, Rolex came out with your 126610 LV, nicknamed a Starbucks, also because of the color features. However, this is seen as the more modern iteration, your 6-digit variation of the vintage Kermit. This is a 41mm watch. It only came in a 41mm, it never came in a 40mm. So there's quite a few key differences. One of the biggest ones is the power reserve. This is a 70-hour power reserve versus this being a 48-hour power reserve. And then obviously the ceramic bezel, your glide lock. This has your glide lock for easy adjustments. This one doesn't. As well as the heft in the bracelet that we always talk about. So even though this is a later 16610, so the end link is a solid end link, not a hollow end link, the links themselves are still hollow. So the end link is solid, the links themselves are hollow, and therefore the weight would be very different, as well as the case. The case heft and the case size is different in these two watches. So this definitely does wear a lot chunkier. It has a few nice key features. However, this sits nice and flat on the wrist and is very versatile as a neo-vintage watch. So which one are you going to go for? Your neo-vintage, which has a lot of your modern features such as your sapphire crystal, your quick date set, or you're going to go for the modern latest tech 41mm with a glide lock, ceramic bezel, a lot chunkier on the wrist, whereas this sits a lot flatter. Which one are you guys going to go for? Let me know in the comments.